with my wife, my beloved wife. And based on my experience living here, I have been very good. Often feel very lucky to be with her to spend about 24 years with her. And I consider myself a very lucky person. And to summarize first, she's the one person who loved. I can summarize it as the three dedication. Dedication, and legacy. And the first one is to her own family. The second one is to our small family. And the last one to everybody around her, because we got the opportunity to encounter it. First of all, let's back to the history. And we went to the same school, same university in Saigon, but we did not know each other because the class was so large. And after we come over here, and we depart, I came to the United States in 1975, and she came in later on in 1987. And very lucky for me, I don't know, unfortunate for her, we have the matchmaker, I don't know if she's here today, Lan Phương, on several days. She stopped by yesterday. She's the one to reconnect us together. And the history stuff and whole thing, and we were there together. And living with her, giving the opportunity to know her much more better. And first of all, with her whole family, father, the mom, the sister, and brother. She came to United States without any special skill except with the dental practice. But at the time, she could not practice dentistry. So she had to start at the ground zero. And she took up all kinds of jobs to survive, not for all survival, for her family, the whole as well. And notably, she worked as the person who cleaned the vegetable from the local supermarket in Orange County. And she told me, anytime she saw some of her friends from high school, she had to go in hiding. Because she didn't want to know she was working that kind of job. Especially in my faculty of food, she told me that one time she heard about her voice coming to the store, and she went back into the back room. She waited until she heard that the night time was leaving. And with that, but she was very happy to keep that job. She got a job to the very low weight. I had to be low or minimum weight at that time. But she devised something to send home to have family. And very, just a small hospital for survive in the United States. And with that hardship, she never gave up any her goal. And she met me the invitation to continue her dental education. And luckily, she got accepted into the USC Medical School. And she lived it. At the time, she didn't have to work in the supermarket anymore. And she was very happy. See, now I'm free of working the job. But even though she still values the job that helped her out in the past few years. And she lived under the loan from school. She lived in a very, very small apartment, just about few, I don't know how big it is. It's about 100 square feet, something like that, with one restroom with a bath, and then no kitchen, and Tyler sleep on the floor. And then why she had to do that? She still had to divide her maid income at that time as a low help, so I don't know what possible for some to keep sending back home for the whole family. And then she even took in one of her friends, I don't know if she's here, Vân Nguyệt. She was here yesterday, and then they stayed together. And then she pursue her medical education. And after that, then for about a few years, and we met, we reconnected again. And then one time I proposed to her, and she said yes, amazingly said yes, it surprised me and made me so happy that day. And then we set up the day quickly, like December 21st of 1921. Then now my mind's working good. So that was the day. And I'm still wearing the suit that I was wearing on that day for the wedding day. Yeah. Except I don't have the underwear anymore, same underwear. It's so smelly right now. And then I had to go somewhere. Yeah. And that was back in the continue. Now we start with our whole family. And she was very dedicated. And see, I know that I got to know her more and more. And I tried out, she's a person of the mind and a person of the heart. And she looked at the people, she looked at two big aspects of the people, the negative and the positive. Totally different from me. I emphasize it first on the negative first, and then I go with the positive. And then the way she treat that one, she find out the negative aspect of the person and the positive aspect of the person, and she didn't consider the negative so much for her to handle, and then she stopped really interact with that person for a while. But when that person is in need, she really determined to help. One example, I cannot tell the name, but that person was a dentist, and they could not get along really well. So she stopped seeing her for a few years. And then one time she heard that her friend got some trouble with IRS. And out of nowhere, she just showed up in the office of that friend, offered to help to organize the file for the audit for the IRS. She would days and nights to help the person get over it. And she also come home and asked me for advice how to resolve this problem, how to resolve this one legally or something like that. I'm not a legal person, but I have the curiosity mind, so after sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad person, because you make the whole treatment to offer to the family. And at the end, that's the family got a really good outcome for ours. And they were so happy. And after that one, she stopped seeing her again, because he was never looking for the return. She offered it, and she got with that's the old way, that's good. And she don't want to look back. That's right. She kind of judging between the good and the bad thing of the person, but she never write up that person because of that negative one. Totally different. So I'm the bad person. And so living together, I learned that she's very strong, and make a very good decision. But she is very supportive of me, good time or bad time. And I remember when my parents were elderly, they all passed, and then they need the medical care. And I work in the Wuxi Boulevard, far away from home. And I would take my dad and my mom to see the doctor in UCLA in Westwood. And they live in Garden Grove. And I have to juggle with my work and my time to take care of my parents. But she tried to help me out. So anytime she got a doctor appointment in Westwood, she had to pick up my parents from Garden Grove, bring her to my job, and then and I continued the last leg to see the doctor in Westwood. She did that for so many years. So that we complained. And sometimes when especially my mom, when she stayed in UCI locally, close to home, I stay with my mom in the hospital 24 hours. And she's home, and she's cooking food for me. And have my son bring it over to me. Because I told her that I did not want to leave the case of my mom's room, because the doctor can show up anytime. I didn't want to miss the doctor. I didn't want to go to the cafeteria, did not want to go to that food. So she she make food, and then ask my son to bring food to feed me every day. And then after one, everything was fine. I said, no mention about that. No mention. I did this one for you. I did not do this one for you. Never ever. So they told me that you're the person who care about people around you, regardless of who you are, and regardless of what you need to her. And she never seeking for the return back to her. That's what. And then when the friends country in England, so that's some of the attributes from friends around the world, especially in Vietnam. Some of them I didn't know, I wasn't aware of that one. So neither without telling me. And so to summarize that one, I say that she's a person of integrity and a person totally got heart and the mind, but her heart is bigger than her mind. So have always to override whatever she's thinking, even though she's thinking very logically. So that's why. And then I remember we went to cruise and vacations with friends from time to time when she was healthy. And then one of the cruise we have about almost 20 people, friends. And we just make a joke, sitting with our joke, and some people come up with some kind of the opposite color present. And one of them is, remember that one. One person said that if you have a chance in the next life, if you marry the same person again, I thought it was a joke. I go along with that, I joke, I say, like jokingly, like, yeah, maybe, something like that one. And everybody give out a different answer. They said, yes, I want to marry the same person in the next life again. And then, yeah, no, I don't want to, but jokingly. Those are one, but now today, I can say the resounding answer is, yes, I will do that again. And I consider myself as a very, very lucky person. I said I could thank her for giving a best, good quality 34 years in the past. Thank you very much for sharing your story with her. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for everybody for coming, for friends to visit and show you how to be a friend in the hardship of my family. And she passed away so quickly, so surprisingly, unexpectedly. I would not expect that before, think about that before. And I value that so much. And I don't know what to say more, but I would say that I'm one of the lucky ones that I share because of the big journey I had, 34 years together. I learned and developed and I grow up. And finally, my last one is, I would say that firmly confirm that she is the one who completes me 100%. Without her, I cannot be a person like this one. Even this nothing to special, but I would be more balanced. The logical thinking, the calculatory, that's what I'm more balanced. She really completed me. So for that, I really appreciate her, and I always consider no one for her. Thank you very much for coming to us. Thank you.